So people speculating whether or not Cardi B and Stefan Diggs are still together. And I looked at their chart to see whether or not, they're compatible. And pretty much I'm finding that they're kind of like not so compatible. So his kind of like blueprint shows a core conflict. He's competitive and he has a freedom driven identity. He has a Sagittarius Sun and Mars, and that's paired with an emotional need for lightness and escape, which is Gemini Moon. But his mind is Scorpio, so he's secretive and intense. And that gives you a result of a man that's wired to pretty much emotionally detach, especially when things get real. He's not just a player. He's like the typical guy that's just gonna ghost you. So Cardi B's blueprint is pretty much a strategic weapon. She has an emotional gut reaction of immediate public confrontation, and that's her Aries moon. And that's combined with a value system in Scorpio, investigates, controls, and transforms. For her, love and power are the same currency because her Venus conjunct Pluto in the second house. She doesn't just get mad at you, she pretty much performs a forensic analysis or audit of your loyalty to her whenever you piss her off. But both of them together, you could see that the flaw in their relationship is there. It's his Saturn, his karma, his past steps. He has rigid walls that was designed to block her Venus and Pluto, basically. So her way of loving, obsessive, transformative, intense, Saturn is gonna block all of that. Think about it. Really think about it. Saturn versus Pluto and Venus is not gonna happen. So the relationship, from what I'm seeing online, seem like it's collapsed because they have he hasn't kind of like reached out to her on her birthday. From what people are saying, the vibes is not there, I guess. Even stuff like, say for instance, the I think somebody's suing him. One of his ex-lovers or ex-partners is suing him. So even that is kind of like set, how do you say, on a bad pact in their relationship that pretty much activated the demise of their relationship, really. But here, I'm not, when I go over the like celebrities and stuff, the lesson is not about them. It's to look at your own chart and see, where you have these aspects and where your partner might have these aspects and how you could kind of, mediate and work them out. So it's really about you. And to me, it looks like in their chart, it's like they have intense drama with the Pluto, Venus, and Saturn. That just seems like not like a fated connection. You have to realize, even in certain relationships, like if you kind of like butt heads with people, and I know that like certain things is easier said than done, but you don't even have to look at your chart. Sometimes you could just feel it. If you realize that you hit a wall with somebody, just take space and try to analyze if that person is not really communicating with you or want to communicate with you. That means that it's not really going to go any further, or the relationship is just going to go in a loop. And to me, when you meet a Saturnian person, a Capricorn type person, no. So, stop trying to, and for me too, I'm talking about myself. I'm not going to be like, y'all females or, whatever. I'm talking to myself as well, like to look at these things and really realize, when to stop and when to keep going, when things are right. But you could feel the energy, or you could look at the chart. And when you reach that point, sometimes it's just to, stop and to build something new from, a more solid ground. And like I said, that's easier said than done. But